Hello guys, good morning everyone. Happy Monday. This is Miss JD for a very early episode of our daily stock market insights, and this is a pre-open stock market review for December 21st. A few days to go before Christmas. Okay, so let's get started as we have a few hours left before the market opens. By the way, if this is your first time to watch my video, I'm Miss JD. I do review stocks in the Philippine market and in the US market. And so if you like this type of content, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Um, in my past review, I covered several stocks which I did last Saturday. So I'm going to just put the link down below in the description box. But for now, I'd like to focus our discussion on the highly traded stocks from last Friday. And let me go ahead and start with detail. Okay. For detail, what I can say is that we currently have I let me just go ahead and do a weekly chart here. So we have a much clearer picture. Okay, as you can see here, 8 peso level is our resistance, and we're very near that. So what is going to be exciting here is that if the price starts much higher than 8 peso level by today, that means we have a possible breakout. But we have to go beyond 856 for us to conclude that we can potentially have an all-time high for this stock. Let me see. Oh, not yet. So we had uh, wow, I didn't realize it reached up to the 16 peso level before. But anyway, this was the time when we really had the most activity, and so I think we have to really break this 858 level before we can officially take off. But 8 peso level right now is a resistance, and we want to break that. If the price starts much higher than that, then that's a promising setup. Although, let us see, because you're also at the overbought level. So let's find out later on if there's going to be signs of slowing down. But my take on Dito, guys, as I was always saying before, look at the bigger picture. We all know what's ahead of us in this stock, and there could be a lot of good news in the coming days or weeks that would push the price even higher for Dito. Okay, so that is my outlook. For PHA, we're still on a heavy red, so I think we need to prepare ourselves for a possible continuation of this. Let's find out first if it will create a stabilization around this level, and probably create a support right there. So if today most of the sentiment goes below 0.98, then chances are there's a possibility that we are going to revisit this level, which is your MA20 line. Reason for saying that is I see this. So previously you had your resistance right there. So chances are we will go revisit this. We don't know how long it'll take or how long it will stay on sideways before it goes up again, or maybe it will just do this and then on the same day we will have that. We don't know, because last 2 days candlestick you have some significant movements right there. So let us see. But 0.98 and 0.84 are the two areas of support that I'm looking at. 0.98 is because you had the price stop at this level multiple times, and we'll find out as well if most of the sentiment goes higher than that, then you have a bounce. Next is now. Now I think has a good movement as well. There you have it. We had a bounce at the MA20 line. So let's see if today we are going to start much higher than the 5.08. Then possible breakout could happen as well in the short term. So this is this was the movement of now for the past how many days. So what we're anticipating is a breakout of this level, and then you have a good climb there. So it's an area, okay, so it could also encounter some difficulty. We'll find out, but we're not in the overbought yet, so I think that will be easier to break. So positive, my sentiment for now is also similar to Dito. We might see some more positive movements for this stock in the coming days. So areas to watch out for: 508 and 559. Those are the resistance levels that we need to break. Meralco. Meralco still on a decline. Although you have a support at the area where it is at right now. Look at this. Previous resistance over here that became a support right here, and you have right here. However, look at this. This is a solid red. So let's find out if we are going to have a continuation. So it's also, while it's true that we like support, bear in mind that support and resistances can also be broken. So if most of the sentiment happens below 281.23, then expect for some more declines in the coming days. In case it does, then I'm looking at a possible drop over at 270 level. The next one is DMC. DMC, you are currently at the overbought. That's one. Number two, we are at a possible resistance, and we are experiencing some rejections each time the price hits this level. So I'm anticipating some correction right there. Maybe it will drop around the MA20 line. Yeah. So, MA20s are moving averages for me. Among all of those, MA20 for me is a very strong one. Next is MA50. So I normally would plot either a resistance or a support at that level. So we'll find out if it'll continue breaking that. Of course, the moment it starts the price higher than 614, then that's a different story. You have a breakout right there. But for now, given that we had a red last Friday, that's a sign of weakness for me. I see it dropping. I don't know if it will just take one day or within hours, because sometimes we also have long wicks like this one, right? So if we have a long wick and then it continues upward, then even better. But just be extra careful because I see that we are at the overbought level. And when you're in the overbought area, chances are people will feel that that's already an expensive level. Next is BLL. BLL touched the MA20 level. So interesting. Let's find out if it'll break that. This used to be a resistance level right here, and we managed to break out of that, and we're revisiting that level. So, I would always draw that whenever there's a breakout. I would say this will most likely retest and then continue the upside. And that's what's happening right now. Sometimes it takes just a few days, but this one over here took several days for the price to revisit that area. Now, the only thing we need to remember here is that we have to check for a possible confirmation. We need to see a green candlestick coming out at this level before we can say it's a bounce. Otherwise, the moment it breaks that MA20 line and you have one entire candlestick, ending below the MA20, then you have some more declines that will happen there. So it could be a make or break day today. We'll find out. But overall, if you're to look at the bigger picture, look at that. You still have some really, really good upside. There's a big potential for a profitable trade here if you have a really good base. And for me, if it drops, then that's fine. You can just add some more, or if you don't like that, you can cut your loss and re-enter at the area where you see that base now is going to be even cheaper. ICT. Oh, hold on. I already have my list here. Let's check out BDO. BDO had a retracement. So I'm not surprised because we are at the overbought. So I'm fine if it is going to drop. And you all know I have a position here. So I'm anticipating that it will go back to the MA20 line. Sorry about the noise. The downside if you're recording in the morning, people are already awake and are very busy. Anyway, so good thing I was able to exit some shares here, and I know that it will continue to drop. This 112 over here happened on the last few minutes before the market closed last Friday. So that's fine. We can just check if it is going to revisit 109, and let's see if it will stabilize right there. That used to be a resistance, and this is very near the MA20 line. So I'm anticipating for a continuation of that retracement by today. That's fine. But overall, look at that. We're still at a very good level. Very good level. So if you have a good base here, those dips, take advantage of those. You can probably buy more shares right there. GTCAP. GTCAP also tested the MA20 line. We had a red. Be extra careful though, because look at this. It created a lower high. So this is your peak. And then there was a slight bounce. And then when it bounced, it got rejected right away. So looks like this is about to form a channel, a new channel, which is a declining channel. So let us first see if it will create and stop right there at the MA20 line. Okay, so that's your first sign. It's declining, or I forgot what, but it's a declining triangle there. Now, so if it bounces right at the 630.52 area, then good. But the moment it creates a lower low, then you have a confirmed downtrend right there. Because at the moment, what I can say is a confirmation at the resistance level. You created a lower high. Now, if you see a lower low, probably around this level, 614, then you have a downtrend channel now. You can plot another line, probably this one. You might have something like this. Okay, so let's find out today. Your trigger would be 630.52. That's our area to observe. Because if it doesn't bounce there, then you have a lower low. Next one is Ali. Ali, interesting. You have a resistance formed here, but there's still volume. The volume is starting to pick up. So again, a trigger here is that if the price starts much higher than 41.90, then you have a good breakout, possible breakout out of this short-term resistance that we have plotted here. Overall, if you're to look at it, price has also dropped, and we're already halfway. We're back at the price before before the pandemic. So it looks like this is already on the BAU state. So let's find out. But you're already halfway from the previous peak of this stock. At one point, back in 2019, it reached the high of 53. So if you are in alley for a bigger picture, then this could still be a good area to fly. But if you are merely trading it, wait for those opportunities when the stock dips to buy more shares. Look at that. So if it drops, let's find out first if it will create a bounce right here, MA20 line. Next one is MRC. MRC. Okay, you have a gap, a big gap right there. Let's check if it is going to first create that new support here, or it will fill this gap. Okay, that's something we need to find out. But there's a resistance formed at this level that for 2 days it somehow tried to stabilize here. So we could, who knows, we could be creating a brand new support there. Okay, so another stock that created some noise the past few weeks or months because of the acquisition, because of it processing uh, they're under they're changing their company and they're converting it to holdings. They will become a holdings company soon. So I think they're just waiting for the paperwork, something to that effect. But I don't really have the full details. As a reminder, by the way, guys, I only discuss the technicals here, and so if I get to give some news, it cannot be the most uh, latest because I am not able to watch the market full time as well as read the news. So your task is also try to associate or try to read some more, check out their disclosures and the news so that you have a balance of the technicals and the fundamental analysis. So sometimes you have the best and the very strong technicals and it suggests for stock to go higher, but all of a sudden there's a news that could totally negate whatever our insights here, right? So please do your due diligence in reading and checking the other news. Okay, so that is MRC. Check out 0.60 level as it might create a new support there. Or number two, it could go down to fill this gap first. And I think if it does, uh, well, that's a good opportunity for the others to buy some more because of the promising future ahead of this company. Next is ACEN. ACEN is also creating a buzz recently because of the SRO. Now, at the moment, it is creating that, well, there's a resistance here, but it actually broke out of this consolidation. Not fully, not yet. Okay, so I'm thinking we have to start much higher than 0.60 before I can say that, okay, we have a new higher high or an all-time high even. Okay, so I think there's a big chance because it already consolidated right here, and those who wanted to exit have exited, and we might have a brand new wave. Good volume. See that? While it was consolidating, volume is really low. And last day we managed to uh, see that big increase in the volume with foreign buying. So the chances of it continuing, it's uptrend movement would be really high for today. MBT. MBT. Okay, so overall, looking at the bigger picture, imagine this: we're just maybe 30% recovery from its bottom, and we still have a lot more to look forward to here. And this is a bank. In terms of fundamentals, of course, we're engaging in a very solid company. It's just a matter of technicals that's currently giving us some very, very slow movement. So what I can say here is that we're at the MA20 line, and in the short term, it has already rallied significantly. So what I am going to do is I'm going to plot a support at the MA20. Okay, so if we have a green today, then that's good. We have a successful bounce at the MA20. Otherwise, if that gets broken, the next area of focus or monitor would be 46. Because you see this? This was an area where it bounced 3 days straight, price stopped at this level, and then stabilized for a few days, and then continued up, moving upwards. So let us see, okay, because this long wick here can also mean something that no one's already selling at this point, and then you had buyer sentiment dominated probably the last few minutes of the market day, and then you have a continuation right there, possible bounce, but we'll find out. Time now is 7:58. We have 1 hour and a half left, and then we're about to start. Cebu Pacific, we had the 2 green days. We had a breakout actually. We had a breakout. This is a breakout, guys, for Cebu Pacific. Interesting, very good. So this as well dropped significantly, and we have an uptrend now. Okay, we created a higher high and a higher low, so that's good. So I expect for this stock to move higher and higher in the coming days. So just expect that there will be some profit taking that will happen along the way, considering that we are currently at the overbought level. So just in case, at any time within the day, you can buy as near as you can at the 43.97. That's a much better entry. But definitely, we are anticipating for this stock to have some more bullish sentiment in the coming days. BPI. You look at this. I have a somewhat of a bearish outlook for BPI, declining, and we're moving below the MA20 line. So this means that we are rejecting, and each time it tries to recover, the bounce is getting lower and lower each time. So watch out. We might see it dropping somewhere, probably around the 79 or 80 level, because I see this. That's a support. So that's the first area to focus on. Of course, when it goes down right up to this level, then we see again, watch out if it could drop somewhere and probably have, let's look at the next support level. Look at this. If you are to enter in this stock for long term, that the dips could be your opportunity to buy some more or enter at a lower level. BSC. Okay, be extra careful. We have a red today, so it might drop. So be extra careful right there. Okay, maybe it could drop up to this level, 0.40 area. there. So also you are the overbought. Interesting. So just be extra careful, guys. The retracement here will make the uptrend more stable. And like if you have a very steep climb, chances are when people start taking profit, then the decline is also very massive. But at this point, I just see it dropping. If in case it'll drop, then most likely it's just gonna be around the point 40 area, point 4083. Okay, also overbought level, so just be mindful there. Okay, I think that is it. This is just a quick one. I hope you also check out my other video where I reviewed some other stocks, which I did last Saturday. So yeah, I hope this review will be able to help you later on in your moves in the market today. By the way, guys, if you would like to start trading the US market, I have a link to my eToro account. It's down below. A lot of exciting movements and exciting stocks to also watch out for in the US market, and cryptocurrency as well. Amazing move for Bitcoin, and I'm also engaged in XRP, but I was not able to enter Bitcoin because it's already high. Uh, I envy those people, but yeah, it's a missed opportunity. We'll see if I can have a good entry right there someday. We'll see. Now, also, I am in Patreon, so if you'd like to support our channel, the link is down below. In Patreon, that's where I put my research and as well as my stock picks for US and Philippine market. Yeah, so those are the two uh, yeah two promotions that I have for today. So Patreon and eToro. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like if you like our content today, and subscribe so that you will be updated whenever I have new videos. Thank you, and bye bye for now.